Tells you you're defending champs, they're wrong. That championship has been put away. Under lock and key is the championship trophy. We got our rings. So therefore, we're like 350 other schools trying to win a national championship. We've already got 3, and we'd love to have 4.
It doesn't get any better than coming to the largest city in the world and playing in the mecca of basketball. And Connecticut a year ago beats 4 ranked teams in 5 games to win the championship. That doesn't happen in any other league, any other time, ever. And you know, and I constantly read, well, you know, the Big East, you know, a few years ago, well, we're in a rebuilding stage. And then I look at the top 25. We got 9 teams in the top 25, and it's rebuilding. It is and has been the best league in college basketball for a long time.
Should be a great year in the Big East with so many players coming back to school. Well, it's halftime here at Prudential Center. St. Francis and Seton Hall doing battle. When we come back, we'll hear from Kevin Willard on the biggest challenge that he has faced.
How are we going to make this season better than the last? How about making it brighter, more colorful, and putting all our helpers to work so we can build on our favorite traditions by adding a few new ones? We've all got garlands and budgets to stretch, and this year we can keep them both evergreen. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Here's a bright idea. Trade in any light string and get up to $5 off the latest Christmas LEDs.
Why do we have Aflac?
Aflac.
And Major Medical?
Major Medical, boy, yeah! I help pay the doctor. Ain't that enough for you?
There are things Major Medical doesn't do.
Aflac.
Pays cash so we don't have to fret.
Something families should get.
Like a safety net.
Even helps pay deductibles to cover your back with.
Help protect your family at Aflac.com. Are you struggling to make your monthly credit card or mortgage payments? If you're facing financial difficulty, call the law offices of David I. Pankin, PC for a free legal consultation and find out if bankruptcy is the solution for you.
Our bankruptcy lawyers help thousands of clients, just like you, get the fresh start you deserve.
Thanks for the new start. I can now start rebuilding my finances. What a huge relief.
I have no words to express my gratitude.
Let bankruptcy help you take control of your life and your finances.
Filing bankruptcy doesn't mean you have to lose your house or your car. It means you can stop those harassing phone calls, eliminate your debt, and still rebuild your credit.
After all, bankruptcy is not the end, it's a new beginning.
To find out how you can be debt-free and get a financial fresh start, call the law offices of David I. Pankin, PC at 888-LAW-9600. The consultation is free, so call 888-LAW-9600 today.
Halftime at Prudential Center. St. Francis and Seton Hall, a local rivalry. Last year was a difficult one for Kevin Willard and the Pirates, and we talked to Kevin about what his biggest challenge was so far as head coach.
The biggest problem we've had is, first solidify what the program is, get everything within the program, within the university on solid ground. Make sure that our student athletes are doing what they're supposed to be doing, getting our GPA back, getting our APR in order. And now it's just getting our message of what we are about. We have so much to offer. We have great tradition. We have a great university. Our location is second to none. Now it's a matter of getting that message out to all the future players. We have 8 new guys. We have 6 freshmen, 2 transfers, and only 2 seniors. So we're going to be a young team, but I think we're going to be an exciting team. We have some young kids that can really play, and I think we're going to shoot the basketball terrifically this year.
They will need to, because Jeremy Hazel is gone. He's taken his talents to Europe, and he was a great shooter, great driver. Over 2,000 career points for Hazel, and he was the bailout guy late in the shot clock for Seton Hall. They could always throw it to Jeremy for a three-pointer, and he kept them in a lot of games. The team struggled without Hazel when he had a broken wrist last year, so, well, what's it going to be like this year?
I look at it as a loss, but at the same time, it's probably a good thing. He had a great 4 years here. He moved on, and now it's time for somebody else to step up and really take on the challenge of being the leader and being the scorer for us.
That's a significant part of our scoring that we lost, but we've all got to be able to chip in and be able to do our parts and increase our scoring than what we did last year. Hey, he will be missed, but at the end of the day, I feel as though it's going to be more balanced out there on the floor and harder for teams to prepare for us.
Theodore and Pope, the two senior leaders for the Pirates. Stay tuned. We'll have highlights from the first half coming up, and then second half of play from the Rock in Newark here on SNY.
Like so many great pioneers before me, guided only by a dream, I'm embarking on a journey of epic proportion. I will travel from sea to shining sea, through amber waves of grain, and I won't stop until I've helped every driver in America save hundreds on car insurance. Well, I'm at the parking lot. That's a good start.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The only thing better than getting what you wished for is getting more than you wished for.
Now during the Lincoln Wishlist event, get 4 years complimentary maintenance, plus the season's most attractive sign and drive offer on a Lincoln MKZ.
Get more than you wished for.
Founded in 1856 and named for America's first native-born saint, Seton Hall is New Jersey's largest Catholic university. Located just outside of New York, our students can experience life in one of the world's most dynamic cities. As a founding member of the Big East Conference, Pirate pride runs deep.
Go Pirates! Welcome to Seton Hall.
Seton Hall University, where leaders learn.
It's one of the best online sources for all your Mets offseason info, with a constant flow of the latest team news and rumors, featuring exclusive interviews, opinion, and informative links. Mets Blog, presented by Verizon, featured on SNY.TV. They're two friends who couldn't disagree more on the latest in New York sports. Catch Chris Carlin.
Pack it in, sweetheart.
And Adam Shaw.
What is this, amateur hour?
On Loudmouth, part of the New York Sports Local. Weeknights at 6, only on SNY.
St. Francis, New York, up by 8 at the half against the Seton Hall Pirates here at the Rock in Newark. Dave Popkin, Tim Capstraw with you, and Seton Hall just hasn't shot it well. 27% from the field and 0 from downtown, but I think a lot of that has to be credited to St. Francis. They've been aggressive on defense.
They sure have, Dave. They've forced 10 turnovers so far in this game. They've been active. They've blocked 3 shots. And they've really denied entry passes to the wing and to the low post, and it's made a difference. There's been some carelessness offensively, but credit the defense. There's Drake Calloway shooting the gap right here, and then you see some good defense right here coming by with the rejection. St. Francis has not played scared at all, and then they've really helped themselves from the three-point line. They're 6 for 11 from three-point land.
2 threes for Ben Mockford. He has 7 points. Travis Nichols has been great. He was kind of a bench player for St. Francis last year, but he's becoming a go-to guy.
Yeah, he has. But really, the huge key for Seton Hall right now is now you got to rely on your senior leadership. Jordan Theodore has to run the show at the point guard position. Herb Pope, and when he got the ball in comfortable positions down low, Dave, he was very effective. Can he get deep post position? That is very, very important. And, Seton Hall's got to get him the ball.
Pope does have 10 points to lead the Pirates, 5 rebounds as well. We'll see if he can turn it on in the second half. Seton Hall trailing by 8 at the break against St. Francis from the NEC. Stay tuned, the second half is next.
0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Great save, kid. You deserve this.
Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Prove the weather report wrong. Again
and again and again. xDrive Intelligent All-Wheel Drive. Now on 26 BMW models, including the 528i xDrive sedan.
Hurry into the BMW Mission to Drive sales event before this offer self-destructs.
Just how many appliances are on our wish lists? Because this season, the timing couldn't be better. Right now, we can get those Black Friday prices without fighting through all those Black Friday crowds, which means we can do more this year without waiting around for the season to start. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Why wait for Black Friday? This refrigerator is already just $1,298.
My job is to find the next big sound.
They sound awesome tonight!
And when I do find it, I share it with the world.
You landed the U.S. tour?
Done!
This is fantastic!
Music is my life. And I want to make the most of it without missing a beat.
Fly without putting your life on pause. Be yourself non-stop. American Airlines.
What you call the greatest day of your life,
I'll be right back.
we call Tuesday. Caesars Atlantic City, routinely spectacular.
College basketball is back. Somebody tell Seton Hall. 0 for 7 from downtown. Pirates struggling from the field overall. That's 27.6%. Only 1 assist. St. Francis doing a lot right.
They sure are. First of all, they're shooting the basketball exceptionally well from the three-point line, and yet they are moving the basketball. They're being aggressive defensively. Now both teams have turned the ball over at an incredibly high rate, so which team really takes care of the basketball here in the second half will really impact the game.
St. Francis has used their bench a little bit more than Kevin Willard and the Pirates. Coach Willard had to use 3 timeouts in the first half to stem the tide. St. Francis had a number of long runs there. Their largest lead was 9, and they're up by 8 as we begin the second half. MAC Coach of the Year 2 years ago with the Iona Gales. And now in his second season at Seton Hall. Done a good job recruiting. In fact, Seton Hall was second in the Kyle Anderson sweepstakes, and just that they were in play for an elite top 5 national player like that was a good sign, I think, for Kevin Willard. They lost out to UCLA, but they were right there with Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of rumors going around that they may get Kyle Anderson. And that's what you got to do. You got to try to get the local players. Again, try to get the local players at these great basketball, traditional, great high school programs. And then, again, work the overseas angle also.
Akeem Johnson, looked like Herb Pope got a hand on it and ripped away by Patrick Auda and held ball. They'll give it to Seton Hall. Auda showed some aggressiveness early in the first half, diving on the floor, blocking shots, but then he got in foul trouble.
Exactly, he got 2 fouls and really hasn't been in the flow of the game.
Aaron Cosby had a quiet first half for the Pirates. 2 points in his collegiate debut. Auda on the offensive glass.
Excellent job that time. Reading the shot that time, going up and after it. And Auda, who has a reputation as an outstanding perimeter player for a big man, has really improved his knack around the basket. And is, again, you alluded to it, his aggressiveness.
First bucket for Patrick Auda, who speaks 4 languages. He said he's going to try to teach me Russian. Herb Pope with the rebound.
I don't have anything for you right there. Got 4 languages on me.
You speak basketball-ese.
Oh, yeah.
Theodore to Auda. 2 straight baskets for Auda.
And that's exactly how you wanted to come out to start the second half of your Seton Hall. Like, this is going to be a brand new basketball game here in the second half. Auda, a factor, good pass by Theodore.
Muy bueno. One of the languages is Spanish. Spent a couple of years in the Canary Islands, which is part of Spain. Callaway on the leaner.
Big basket that time. Seton Hall came out with quick momentum. Here's Edwin up the floor.
Theodore thought about 3.
Auda wants it down.
Herb Pope can dribble it. And 1.
I see Herb Pope impacting, really helping himself in the Big East. And we've known this throughout his career, but he's really good at taking big men away from the basket and then utilizing his all-around skills. He can really handle the basketball well. You saw the spin move. Now he's going against a smaller player, but in the Big East, there'll be 6'10", 6'11", big guys guarding Herb Pope, and he'll be able to take him away and utilize that skill set he has.
Pope with 13 points, 9 rebounds as he completes the 3-point play. He's a talented guy. Callaway drives into Pope and puts it in over him using the glass.
Second basket of the second half for Drake Callaway. Going right to the basket.
8 points, 5 assists for Callaway, the senior out of New York City. Pirates down 5. Auda in good post position, can't finish.
I like the philosophy, though. Find ways to get it on the block. Utilize the size advantage of Auda and Pope.
Absolutely. Mockford for 3. St. Francis scrapping on the offensive glass again. Hakeem Johnson.
They are scrapping. That is a great turn for them. They have shown real toughness.
2-3 for the Pirates.
Exactly. They mixed it up. And again, there's Travis Nichols. And the 3-point shot, the 7th of the game. You know, when the team's making threes, that's what Seton Hall wants to do, mix up their defenses, but St. Francis is very confident when they see zones.
Theodore missed, but Pope follows it up.
That's how you envision this game. Again, there's the size and advantage of Herb Pope down low.
Double-double for Herb, 15 points, 10 rebounds. He had 6 double-doubles last year.
And now they shift out of it. It's 1-3 made, and now Seton Hall says, forget that, we're playing man-to-man. We got a mismatch.
Callaway way off the mark, tried to shoot over the bigger Auda. Theodore squaring up and hitting from 10 feet.
Really liked his poise and control in transition that time by Jordan Theodore.
St. Francis led by 8 at the half. The lead is down to 4. Terriers take a timeout. 16:08 left here in the first half. Travis Nichols with his second 3-pointer.
Why do we have Aflac?
Aflac?
And Major Medical?
Major Medical, boy, yeah! I help pay the doctor. Ain't that enough for you?
There are things Major Medical doesn't do.
Aflac
Pays cash so we don't have to fret.
Something families should get.
like a safety net.
Even helps pay deductibles to cover your back with.
Help protect your family at Aflac.com.
Cut!
I have a small part in a big movie. I thought we'd be on location for 3 days. It's been 3 weeks. So I used my City Simplicity card to pick up a few things, and I don't have to worry about a late fee, which is good.
No! Bigger!
Because I don't think we're going anywhere for a while.
Write your story with the new City Simplicity card. No late fees, no penalty rate, no worries. Get started at citysimplicity.com.
Good start to the second half for the Seton Hall Pirates. They trail St. Francis, New York by 4. Just over 16 minutes to go here in the ball game. Upcoming schedule for the Pirates: they will head down to Charleston Tuesday night and then play Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. VCU will be the first one in that tournament. Then they'll come back home for a number of games: Yale, St. Peter's, Auburn. It's a good mix of teams that they maybe should beat versus teams from big conferences.
What you want to do, you want to build some confidence, and you want to prepare yourself for the rigors of the Big East. Seton Hall looks like a different team here to start the second half. Can they maintain it over the poise? This guy, Greg Calloway's played well here to start the second half.
Calloway has 8 points, 6 assists.
Shot clock, it's going to be a breakdown play by Calloway, high screen.
Calloway on the drive using the right hand.
He has really been good with his penetration and feel off the glass. When they've needed baskets, like this was going to be a big momentum second half, but Greg Calloway has stepped up.
Theodore has as well. Good answer.
Good patience about him in this game. Very controlled.
Theodore has a dozen. Mockford way off the mark. Nichols puts it back. Travis Nichols, 16 points and 9 boards for Glenn Brica and St. Francis. Auda for 3. Jeremy Poor tipped it out of bounds. Terrier ball. Drake Calloway, senior point guard, has played well for St. Francis. They're on top by 6 over Seton Hall out of the Big East.
I'm Debbie Goddard, and this is my husband. The husband who was my soulmate 40 years before the word existed. The husband who lost most of his hair, but none of his charm. The husband who is suffering from Parkinson's disease. But he's also the husband who's enrolled in a clinical trial at North Shore LIJ's Feinstein Institute for Medical Research, whose doctors will accept nothing less than finding a cure.
Why do we have Aflac?
Aflac.
And Major Medical?
Major Medical, boy, yeah! I help pay the doctor. Ain't that enough for you?
There are things Major Medical doesn't do. Aflac pays cash so we don't have to fret.
Something families should get.
Like a safety net.
Even helps pay deductibles to cover your back with.
Help protect your family at Aflac.com.
If you had a choice between going bald and a full head of hair, which would you choose? Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss.
Yes!
You wash it, you cut it. It's your own real, naturally growing hair. When it comes to hair restoration, no one in the world has more experience than Bosley. The results look completely natural and are affordable on nearly any budget. But the entire process can't be explained in 60 brief seconds. So to find out more about this clinically proven and permanent solution to hair loss, call now to receive your free information kit. It'll answer all of your questions about hair loss and hair restoration. Plus, we'll also send you this $250 gift certificate good toward a Bosley hair restoration procedure. Every day you wait, you're losing more hair. So don't put it off any longer. You owe it to yourself to find out the facts. Choose hair. Choose Bosley.
Call 1-800-987-8153. That's 1-800-987-8153.
Along with Tim Capstraw, Dave Popkin back with you at Prudential Center in Newark. This is, of course, the home of the New Jersey Devils, and it's also the home of these Seton Hall Pirates, and maybe it'll be the home of the New Jersey Nets again at some point this year. Drake Calloway driving, and it's blocked by Herb Pope. 5 blocks for Seton Hall.
Good job by Pope that time, knowing that Callaway's looking to take it at Seton Hall here in the second half. He has been effective that time he showed up with the help defense.
Before the 5-second call, there's a holding foul. They got Aaron Cosby, that's his first. Perunicic stepped out of bounds. Stefan Perunicic has had a quiet night for Glenn Brica.
right there, obviously stepping out of bounds as he was circling underneath around the screens.
Injured player here. Cosby will go off for the Pirates. Harold Carlos back in there.
Being attended to by the trainer. He's a cut. St. Francis really works hard defensively.
Fuquan Edwin drives and is fouled hard by Jalen Cannon.
In the first half, Fuquan Edwin was settling from the perimeter. That time, there was no doubt when he got the ball. A little quick spin move and went, what he does well, attack the basket.
Aaron Cosby, maybe a hamstring problem or a cramp. Fuquan Edwin, 65% free throw shooter last year, has one more coming. Talked with Coach Kevin Willard this week, and he singled out Edwin as really the star of the two scrimmages that Seton Hall played against BC and UMass earlier this month.
Aggressive man-to-man, full court pressure now. We've seen the 2-2-1 extended. Now it's full court man-to-man, just getting after him. Drake Calloway scored the ball well. He's going to set up his teammates right now.
Saw that bench scoring. It's been a factor. Seton Hall only 1 point off the bench. Mockford dribbled into traffic, and Seton Hall has the steal. Hope with a look away. Theodore, no, and rebounded by Cannon.
Got to finish those plays. 3-on-1, 3-on-2. You got to finish that.
Perunicic traveling. 15 turnovers for St. Francis. Pirates to within 5 here. Justin Newton, a backup point guard from Brooklyn.
And a better matchup defensively on Fuquan Edwin is Justin Newton, and Perunovic has turned it over 2 out of the last 3 possessions, so he's sitting down right now.
Harold Carlos, the freshman, and a reach-in foul called on Drake Calloway.
St. Francis foul number 32, Drake Calloway.
That's his third.
And the team's third into the game.
And again, we've talked about how well Drake Calloway has played to start this second half with 3 impressive drives to the hoop off the glass. See if his absence affects his offensive flow of St. Francis.
Brent Jones back in at the point for him. Edwin out to Theodore, an open 3, rimmed out. These teams have played on TV before. Back in 1949, first college basketball game televised in the area. St. Francis beat Seton Hall on WPIX.
I did that game. You were going to say it. I just wanted to beat you to it.
No telestrator.
No.
Out his third foul on that play. He'll stay in.
Oh, yeah!
Mockford, 4-3.
Ben Mockford's shooting that really got St. Francis started in this game. He had 7 in the first 9 points, hit a couple of threes.
Theodore got a good look. Jalen Cannon has been a factor on defense and on the boards for St. Francis. Cannon has 6 rebounds. Nichols, a contested 2. Cannon puts it back.
How impressive was that by a freshman? Jalen Cannon going up and getting the putback with aggressiveness and poise and tenaciousness. He is going to have a fantastic career at St. Francis.
The first of many baskets in his collegiate career. Cannon gives St. Francis their largest lead, and Seton Hall takes their 4th timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining. They trail by 10 here with 12.5 minutes left. Ben Mockford has been impressive his first game for the Terriers.
Well, three-point shooting has been such a huge story in this game in the first half for St. Francis. That time off the high screen, just knocking down the 8th three of the game for St. Francis, New York. Excellent catch and shoot player. We saw it on display that time.
Mockford's third tray of the game. He has 10 points. St. Francis has 3 in double figures. Nichols with 16, Drake Calloway with 10. Pirates being led by Herb Pope's 15, Theodore with 12.
And the longer the underdog hangs in the game, the more confidence they get. It's a confident group right now at St. Francis.
Nothing doing on the baseline. Theodore will set up a new play with the smaller Jones on him. Couldn't get it, and the Pirates are shooting 32% from the field. St. Francis 40%.
They're not moving the ball, not getting good looks with ball movement.
Mockford, another three, his 4th.
Standing recovery by Brent Jones that time to get it and know where his shooter was. 9th three of the game for St. Francis.
Harold Carlos with a good answer for the Pirates. They needed that one.
They sure did, and he's fired up right now. He's trying to fire up his teammates.
Carlos with the first field goal of his collegiate career. Mockford.
A little too aggressive that time. Mockford, who had just made 2 quick threes, still got to stay patient.
Edwin on the isolation play, and he is pushed from behind. 11:09 left in the ball game. An upset in the making, perhaps. St. Francis up by 10. What a look there from Jones to Mockford, who has 13 points.
0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Great save, kid. You deserve this.
Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Like the Ponderosa Pines, Coors Banquet beer is rooted firmly up here in the Rockies, unwavering and standing proud. Since 1873, we've brewed legendary Banquet our way, using only Rocky Mountain water and the best high country barley. It's an uncompromising stance, but if you're cut from the same timber, maybe it's the beer for you. Coors, the Banquet beer.
So how was school today?
Have to be a tree in the school play.
Good, you like trees?
Well, I like climbing them, but I've never been one.
Good point.
Annie gets to be the princess.
Oh.
But she has to kiss a boy, and he's dressed up like a big green frog.
Fly without putting your life on pause. Be yourself nonstop. American Airlines.
Just how many appliances are on our wish lists? Because this season, the timing couldn't be better. Right now, we can get those Black Friday prices without fighting through all those Black Friday crowds, which means we can do more this year without waiting around for the season to start. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Why wait for Black Friday? Choose either this top-load or front-load washer for just $499.
Dave Popkin and Tim Capstraw back with you on the Big East Network. College basketball tonight. The first game for both of these teams. St. Francis leading by 10. A big reason why. Ben Mockford in his first game for the Terriers.
Yeah, first game for the Terriers, but he was originally recruited to Iona by Coach Kevin Willard. And Coach Willard saying, boy, I wish Ben Mockford was shooting on my side. He's got 4 threes in this game and a total of 13 points.
3-point shooting by half. St. Francis has kept it up. 9 threes overall. Pirates only have 1 and a turnover. St. Francis with the strip.
The timeouts, and again, the active hands and aggressiveness. They are not playing passive at all. And Brent Jones, and we said Drake Calloway had 3 fouls. So they have a good point guard play by St. Francis as Brent Jones just steps right in. He's had a couple of assists. Stat in this game, only 3 assists so far in this game for Seton Hall. They haven't moved the basketball.
11 for St. Francis. Foul trouble for St. Francis. You mentioned Callaway with 3. The other point guard, Justin Newton, has 3. So we will see a lot of Brent Jones in the second half. There's Newton. He's playing with 3 right now. Akeem Johnson, what a move.
How about that? They utilized 25 seconds of the shot clock. It went side to side.
Patrick out and one.
Credit Freddie Wilson for having his head up and advancing that pass that time, but Auda. But that previous possession by St. Francis was impressive. How they moved the ball side to side. 5 different players handled it, and then the finish by Akeem Johnson. Really working the ball, playing together, making extra passes.
Aaron Jeremy Poor missed a good portion of last season with mononucleosis, and then when he came back, he was certainly depleted, didn't have his strength, a lot of weight, and they feel like after a summer of lifting and better health, he's going to be more of a factor in the middle this year for the Pirates. His buddy Patrick Auda going to the line with 6 points.
Kyle Farrison has done a very good job with the strength program at Seton Hall. These guys' bodies look good. But they got to play better basketball. They got to turn it up right now.
Travis Nichols rejected by a combination of Auda and Jeremy Poor. Edwin can't complete the play.
Gotta finish that. Right, the old diner line. Are you going to finish that?
Reach-in foul on Harold Carless, the freshman.
Well, you're down 10 to St. Francis. You got a 3-on-1. You've got to finish that play.
Aaron Cosby back in along with Jordan Theodore. 2 of the freshmen, Freddie Wilson and Harold Carless.
Well, Theodore wanted to be captain, Dave. Excuse me. He wanted to be captain. He wanted to take over, and now is his time to try to carry this team back.
Inbounded to Matt Milk, and he walked before the basket. 16 turnovers by St. Francis. They've played good enough defense to win. They've shot it well enough, 41% plus 9 3-pointers, but they keep turning the ball over. Auda trying to use the right, and he was fouled hard by Matt Milk.
What a difference in the approach of Patrick Auda in this first game as we've seen from last year. Remember, we just talked about his perimeter and his skills. He's been much more aggressive. As he attacks the basket, he was going to dunk that basketball. He was not avoiding contact at all.
Milk got a lot of ball there. Auda completes the play. Herb Pope has seen some extended time on the bench here in the second half. Auda completes the second free throw.
Well, just searching for solutions is Kevin Willard right now, and he's beginning to see some energy out of Auda and Jeremy Poor.
Pirates down 8, St. Francis with the ball, 9.5 minutes left.
That critical stat you alluded to, though, Dave, is St. Francis going to take care of the basketball the rest of the way.
Jones. Oh, what a tough angle.
That was a really tough shot. We saw Drake Callaway make those kind of shots to start this half. That was a huge basket that time by Brent Jones. Oh boy, those drives and kisses off the glass.
Jeremy Poor. No, but he's fouled. Matt Milk got him again.
One-on-one penetration by St. Francis guards here in the first half, and that was like an old school running hook shot that time by Brent Jones. Wow, impressive. Now the Callaway third foul. We thought Drake Callaway sitting down, maybe that would impact this game because he had played very well, but boy, that two-headed point guard position of St. Francis has been very effective. In fact, the rotation of a lot of players, the bench play, and the rotation of Glenn Breka in this game has been outstanding. He's given 10 players an opportunity to play. They've got good energy, and they played with really good confidence.
Jeremy Moore misses both free throws. Seton Hall shooting 56% from the line.
And see, Seton Hall doesn't have offensive firepower, so a 10-point lead is a big, big lead.
They've missed 10 free throws. There's your lead. Seton Hall foul on Aaron Jeremy Moore. That's his third. Herb Pope will replace him. Pirates just kind of cruising along, unable to make a big run here in the second half. You see the free throw discrepancy, many more attempts for Seton Hall. Mockford's three, rebounded by Edwin.
Go to your seniors right now. They're going to make the plays. Good Hope and Theodore. Here's Auda looking to attack. Good pass.
Auda to Pope.
The big men, whether it be Pope or Auda, can really pass the basketball. That time working very well together.
Just rimmed down, rebounded by Pope, who has 17 points, 11 boards.
It's a big possession. Seton Hall's got to make a threat.
Theodore missed the layup. The putback goes for Buchon and Edwin.
Go to the glass, you get the defensive collapse, and you get offensive rebound opportunities. Is the momentum changing right now?
The lead once 13, down to 6.
Now trying to get into this game, trying to motivate Seton Hall.
Knocked away by Edwin and Cosby. Theodore. Wanted a foul, but good D by St. Francis. Perunicic from deep.
How about that for a swing play, Dave? The two you don't get on one end, and when you have an opportunity to score, and then the three you give up, the 5-point swing right there. Mark that one down, see if that impacts this game.
Perunicic with 8. Inside 7 minutes to go. Herb Pope, too strong. Rebounded by Travis Nichols. Jones trying to dribble through traffic. Auda knocks it out. St. Francis will have it after this timeout. 6:47 left in the ball game. The St. Francis Terriers trying to pull the upset. They lead it by 9. Perunicic from deep.
Why do we have Aflac?
Aflac.
And Major Medical?
Major Medical, boy, yeah! I help pay the doctor. Ain't that enough for you?
There are things Major Medical doesn't do.
Aflac.
Pays cash so we don't have to fret.
Something families should get.
Like a safety net.
Even helps pay deductibles to cover your back with.
Help protect your family at Aflac.com.
Hurry into the BMW Mission to Drive sales event for an up to $2,500 credit toward a new BMW.
Founded in 1856 and named for America's first native-born saint, Seton Hall is New Jersey's largest Catholic university. Located just outside of New York, our students can experience life in one of the world's most dynamic cities. As a founding member of the Big East Conference, Pirate pride runs deep.
Go Pirates! Welcome to Seton Hall.
Seton Hall University, where leaders learn.
Weekdays on SNY.
Get on the New York Sports Local, your connection to the latest in New York sports.
Color me impressed.
Packed with heated debate.
I'm just asking.
Opinion.
Shine, in the land of the fall, the one-haired man is king.
And insider info on all the local teams.
We're going live to Yankee Stadium.
Daily News Live, Wheelhouse, and Loudmouths. All part of the New York Sports Local. Weekdays starting at 5, only on SNY.
Get your New York sports here.
Seton Hall trailing St. Francis 59-50. The last time St. Francis beat Seton Hall, it was the 1976-77 season. They've only beaten them once in the last 40 years. And these teams have played a lot. St. Francis, the third most common opponent for Seton Hall in their history. And a backboard violation against Dre Calloway.
See, he could have gone all the way behind the line and caught it, but because he caught it in front and then went behind the line.
18 St. Francis turnovers. But how about that last three before the break by Perunicic? 10 three-pointers overall for St. Francis.
That is the storyline of the game. They've made their threes, and Seton Hall has been non-existent from the three-point line.
Holding foul on Ben Mockford.
St. Francis foul.
That's his first.
See, St. Francis in the bone, you know, now be aggressive now. I think Jordan Theodore will understand that and try to work the free throw line. But St. Francis in the bonus, 8 fouls. And how much ground can you make up right now in the line? Nah, break your heart, you don't capitalize.
Cosby missed the front end. He's 1 for 3 tonight from the line. Has just 1 point so far in his collegiate debut. Pope leading the Pirates with 17, Theodore with 12.
St. Francis, are they going to work the clock? I don't think so. This is part of their offensive sets they've been running.
Perunicic, a contested three. Not a great shot. Theodore gets the play from Kevin Willard. Uses the Pope screen.
Yeah, Pope and Theodore obviously working together. Otto trying to get Pope's position down low.
Herb. Nice bank shot, 19 points. Pirates turning up the pressure. And that is a 10-second. No, they call a timeout first.
Good job by the coaching staff of St. Francis that time, understanding their team is going to have trouble with that 10-second. And again, Herb Pope is so effective off the dribble and been able to 2-foot jump stop and power the basket. He's clever, he's crafty. Going to have to make more of these plays, though, down the stretch of this game. And then Seton Hall's going to have to turn it up on the defensive side.
Still plenty of time if you're the Pirates, but they have not had a lot of positive momentum, not a lot of big runs in this game, because it's hard to do that when you go 1 for 10 from downtown.
Yeah, well, yeah, and again, credit St. Francis, though, because each time you felt like Seton Hall had any kind of momentum going, they would answer it, and oftentimes answer it with a three-point make.
Seton Hall will have some attractive opponents coming in here to Prudential Center this year. Wake Forest and Auburn in non-conference play. UConn, the defending champs, will come in January 3rd. Notre Dame at home this year. Louisville, Pittsburgh. Of course, St. John's and Rutgers.
See the pressure, see the ball pressure Jordan Theodore is trying to apply right now, trying to get up into Callaway. That's a great job right there defensively, staying right into him and right after.
5-second call on Callaway. Good D by Theodore. St. Francis can taste it now. They're up 7 with 5.5 minutes left.
Hope wants it. They're trying to deny him.
Out. Good touch.
Great touch. High-low basketball. He just run it on one side. They reversed it through the high post. And perfect call by you because there was a great touch on that pass.
the closest Seton Hall has been in the second half. They're down by 5. Now inside 5 minutes ago. Here's Callaway. Lost it. Regained by Nichols, and he travels. The 20th turnover by St. Francis.
Fundamental basketball. When you're fronted in the low post, reverse it through the high post, and then the touch pass on the seal by Pope. Target hands, two-footed gather, and finish. A very effective way to beat low post fronting. If they go to it again, it looks like similar. Now he's going to come over and screen.
Seton Hall. Cosby hits it, and he's fouled. Big basket.
Here it is, the high screen by Auto, the little change of pace, little acceleration season opening, and the freshman Aaron Cosby has been quiet, but what a time to turn it up right here. Good read by him. He's going to slow it down, take the air out, but he saw the lane and the tact. He's got the physique to absorb contact and then finish.
Could have cut it to 2. Oh. Edwin coming over the back. No foul called either way. He was battling with Nichols. He was giving him a piggyback ride. Edwin scrambling for it, and he was out of bounds. St. Francis will have it.
This is an interesting no call, and Gary Prager is one of my favorite officials. He does an unbelievable job, and I don't know that that's not a bad call. You feel like you got to call something, but what was it?
Seton Hall may have gotten a break on that one. They're down by 3. Marunicic off to Johnson.
Callaway, who usually likes to make plays off penetration. His team needs a basket.
Mockford was crying for the basketball. You can tell he wants a big shot.
But he's the senior leader here, Callaway. He knows he's going to look to attack.
Came up short, rebounded by Patrick Auda.
And good defense by Auda and the help.
Edwin, blocking foul. He'll be shooting 2 after a timeout. 3:45 left. Things getting interesting. St. Francis leading Seton Hall by 3 in Newark.
My electric bill was breaking the bank. So to save some money, I trained this team of guinea pigs to row this tiny boat. They generate electricity, which lets me surf the web all day. Took me 6 months to train each one. 8 months to get the little chubby one to yell row. It was kind of strange. Such a simple word. Row.
There's an easier way to save. Get online. Go to geico.com. Get a quote. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
There's a place I dream about where the sun never goes out and the sky is deep and blue. Won't you take me there with you?
Miami is now ready for fly without putting your life on pause. Be yourself, non-stop. American Airlines.
Are you struggling to make your monthly credit card or mortgage payments? If you're facing financial difficulty, call the law offices of David I. Pankin, PC for a free legal consultation and find out if bankruptcy is the solution for you.
Our bankruptcy lawyers help thousands of clients, just like you, get the fresh start you deserve.
Thanks for the new start. I can now start rebuilding my finances. What a huge relief.
I have no words to express my gratitude.
Let bankruptcy help you take control of your life and your finances.
Filing bankruptcy doesn't mean you have to lose your house or your car. It means you can stop those harassing phone calls, eliminate your debt, and still rebuild your credit.
After all, bankruptcy is not the end, it's a new beginning.
To find out how you can be debt-free and get a financial fresh start, call the law offices of David I. Pankin, PC at 888-LAW-9600. The consultation is free, so call 888-LAW-9600 today.
3:45 left. Pirates trying to avoid an upset here at the Rock. St. Francis leading by 3. Terriers have led it most of the night. Jordan Theodore has 12 points this evening, and Fuquan Edwin will be going to the line for 2 for Seton Hall.
Second half, the Seton Hall Pirates have not helped themselves at all from the free throw line.
They're 13 out of 26, 50% at the line tonight. Edwin missed them both. Seton Hall has struggled from downtown. They have struggled from the line. Callaway inside to Johnson. He lost it, but it went off a Seton Hall hand. St. Francis with 2 timeouts remaining. Seton Hall just 1. They had to burn 3 of them in the first half when the game was getting away.
All game long, St. Francis has had answers for the Seton Hall run. Right now, they're looking for one more answer. Glenn Breika is
That's a 30-second timeout.
one guy to be able to step up and make a play. Seton Hall, every time you felt like they had great momentum, they've been burned by the three-point line and St. Francis' ability to knock down shots. Can Seton Hall now just continue this momentum they've built?
You'd have to think that St. Francis is upset that they had to burn a timeout there with 3.5 minutes left on an inbound play. It's obviously going to be a close game down the stretch. They're going to need the timeout.
Well, interesting, yeah, and both teams now with only 1 timeout remaining.
Could make for a frantic finish. Nichols has a double-double, 16 points, 12 rebounds for St. Francis. Mockford, who you just saw, 13 points. Trying to find it.
Down to 10, Callaway time. Mockford.
Perunicic with 5 on the shot clock now. Nichols. 1 on the shot clock. And Theodore knocked it off Akeem Johnson. Gary Prager is saying no, that Theodore was out of bounds. Looks like St. Francis has it.
Take another look at this. That's a tough call right there. It ends up out of both guys were in the air and ends up off of Theodore. And if you talk to officials, they'll tell you the most difficult call they have is out of bounds. He gets swallowed up on the play at times.
Looked like a good call. Perunicic with a deep 3. He got it!
The three-point line again for St. Francis, their 11th of the game with the answer.
Perunicic with 3 threes and 11 points after a slow start. Harold Carlos off to Auda. Auda left open for 3. That would have been big. Perunicic fighting for the rebound, and Edwin wrapped him up. And it's a foul on Fuquan Edwin. And now bonus situation for St. Francis.
The most well-known three-point shooter for St. Francis, New York, is that guy, Stefan Perunicic. And he was left open, or he can step way behind that three-point line. That was a huge, huge make. The extended pressure now. St. Francis got to take care of the basketball. Seton Hall's going to get after him.
It was just the 16th foul on Seton Hall, so the next one will put St. Francis in the bonus. Inside 2.5 minutes to go. Seton Hall cut it to 3, but now St. Francis back on top by 6.
Now working the clock.
Perunicic was pushed. Somebody got him on the side of the head.
And they worked the clock for 23 seconds. Perunicic, who's now feeling confident because he's made some shots, got some momentum, turned the corner, and now he's going to go to the line. A good execution that time by St. Francis with the lead late. Glenn Breika's got to like that possession. A lot of clock.
This will be the biggest win of his young head coaching career.
A lot of time left. Thought about it, had a notion.
Last foul was on Edwin, it's his 4th. Wizards need some points quicker.
Yeah, can Pope get the ball? You got to be aggressive, attack the basket, get to the line.
Edwin hits it.